All right, in this tutorial today, we'll go ahead and take a look at some new HTML tags. We're going to introduce the form tag and the input tag, and then we'll go ahead and connect a little bit of JavaScript to make these things do something. Okay, so I'll start out again here by creating a new text document. All right, we'll call this one example 5.5, and we'll change the extension HTML. And we'll go ahead and open that up with Notepad. All right, and let's go ahead and create our normal skeleton here. All right, I'm going to put a little script up here, but really I'm just going to put this up here to put some comments in. We're not really going to use it today. I'll use it in a future webcast, but this one we'll go ahead and just kind of follow the same framework that we've done in the past here. Okay, in my script I'll put my name, this is example 5.5, and we'll put a date on here too. Okay, well, let's move on now to let's put some HTML stuff in here now. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is introduce the form tag. And the form tag allows us to do clever things like text boxes. Okay, so I'll say form, and then I'm going to go ahead and give it a name. We'll just call this one form 1. Somewhere down at the end of this, we'll end our form. Okay, now all HTML documents can only have one form. And let me put some things in there, like I'll put a header in there. And what I'm going to do, my little application here, I'm going to do a time conversion. I think we did this in an earlier webcast, and we just convert it from seconds to days or days to seconds. Okay, so let's introduce another new tag here, and that's the input tag. And I'm going to say input, and then I can tell it what type of input. We'll put two different ones in here. I'll use one for text, and I'll use another input tag that'll be a button. Oops. And actually, we're going to put one more little piece of information in here, and we need to put a value in for my button. Okay, let me save that now. Let's fire it up here and see what it looks like. Resize this window so you can see it. Okay, so now we've created a text box here, and we got a click button. Looks like I must have had a little syntax error in there somewhere. Let me minimize that for right now. Pull back up my file I'm working with. I do have a syntax error. I forgot to put equals in there. So I'll save that and we'll pull it up again. Okay, so now I got my little button here. Okay, now by clicking on a button, I'm of course going to make some action take place, some activity take place here somewhere along the line. Okay, and into my textbook box I can put text in. Okay, those are good things. Well, let's go back and add some more code over here. All right, so I'm going to create a text box here. I'm going to name this one text box 1. And I'll put an initial value in there. I'm just going to put 0. Alright. I'm going to use copy and paste here. So I'm going to put another text box on the other side. I'll zero that one out too. Alright, rather than say click me, I'm going to say go ahead and convert. Let me save this now. I'll pull this up again. Alright, now I have my user interface for my time conversion. I need to add a little more information here, but over in this box I'm going to put days, and I'm going to hit convert, and then over in this box I want it to show me the seconds. Okay, so let's put some more documentation in here. Alright, finish off this is my graphic user interface I'm working on right now. Really don't do anything, this doesn't do anything just yet, but allows me to kind of plan and design what my my user interface is going to look like, and I start writing code here. So I want the user to put in day, and when I hit convert it'll go ahead and display the number of seconds for me. Okay, so I need a little calculation somewhere along the line here. So one of the, and we're getting into event-driven programming here, and so one of the attributes of a input that's of type button is that you have an on-click event. An on-click, and there's other events too besides on-click. There's mouse over. You think all the different things you do with your mouse and a button. You have a variety of different actions that take place here. One though is to put the mouse on a button and click it, and I want to do something when I click it. Okay, so I'm going to create a event here, and that's the on-click event, and during the on-click event I want it to do something, and this is text box 1, this is text box 2, so I want to take whatever is in text box 1, I'm going to multiply it by 24 hours times 60 and then times 60 minutes and 60 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to assign to text box 2, let's do this to clarify this a little bit. We'll leave that down there. Text box 2, we're going to assign it, the value for it is going to be equal to whatever is in text box 1, its value, times 24 times 60 times 60. Okay, so my code here, what I'm saying is when the on-click event takes place, in other words, when my user clicks on that button, here's what I want to do. I want to take the value in text box 2 and I want to assign it whatever's the value in text box 1 multiplied by 24 multiplied by 60 multiplied by 60. Okay, let's save. Let's revise over here. Okay, so if we put 1 day in here and we hit convert, I get 86,400 seconds. Okay, so that's 1 times 24 times 60 times 60. Let's do one more example with this. Let's put in 365 days and I hit convert, and that gives me 31,536,000 seconds. Okay, so quick review here. We've learned a HTML tag form, and with forms we can create input tags, and input tags can take a variety of different shapes. The two we've chosen here are, one is a text box, the other one is a button. We can also do radio buttons, drop down lists, and all the other fancy gadgets you see out on the web.